Hello everybody and welcome to another character build. This one is my Templar Archer slash healer slash destroyer of everything. He is a Lowbie and fully craftable, guys. There's nothing on here that you have to grind for. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm using, all my attribute points, skills, my gear and styles. Let's do it. Alright, now on my first bar I run bow, on my back bar I run resto. Now I contemplated whether or not using bow, and I did actually go to two-hander for a little while there, but ended up going back to bow. It seems to work really well with the way that I've been playing. So yeah, I'm running bow and I'm absolutely loving it. Now the very first ability that I'm using is a physical attack, a poison injection. This is really good just to keep enemies at bay, well basically in PvP as well. This is for PvP as well, guys. I've tested this out. It works really well. I would like to say though, there is so many variations you can do this. I've played around probably a good 6 different ways with this build. This is what I sort of seem to keep coming back to. So first is poison injection. Second is puncturing sweep, which you guys all know that does actually return health back to you as well. A really good one for up and close and hurts a lot. Bombard. I use this basically as a in grinding aspect of the game. I use that for there, but also to get people out of invis. It also what does it say there? Even when enemies can move again, their movement speed is reduced by 40% for 5 seconds. So in PvP, that is really good. Immobilizing an enemy, especially in PvP, is really handy. So I do have that. Now I do swap this out into the Dawn's Wrath Radiant. I have been told that that's getting a nerf, so I'm trying not to get used to that. On my other Templar, I used to spam the living daylights out of this, so I'm really trying to get off that. But if you guys want, you can swap that out and put that there. You don't always need to have Bombard. I do like Bombard there though. I do like to have at least 2 weapon abilities, and all the rest I have from the skill lines. Another option also is to put Eclipse. If you're finding you got a lot of casters on your ass, you got a lot of sorcerers trying to knock you down, put this on them. That's going to smack themselves right in the face. They could almost kill themselves by just sticking this on there. Really, I've tried both of those. For some reason I keep coming back to this. Toppling charge. This is a little bit, I think it's underrated. A lot of people like to use the critical charge with a two-hander, but if you're not a two-hander, man, this thing really hits hard. And if you get enough magicka up and a good magicka pool, this is going to slam someone for 6. I can tell you now. I was using this earlier on today, and it is awesome. It's probably not going to hit as hard as a full max stamina build with critical charge, but this does hurt. This is why I've gone an Orc as well. An Orc mixes really well with anything that's to do with a charge ability. I will show you that in a sec. Reflective Light. This is an absolute whopper that needs to be spammed. A lot of people aren't spamming this a lot, and I really think that you can spam this. Such low cost. You can just get it out there. It does 1920 flame damage, an additional 2,984 flame damage over 6 seconds. It also reduces their speed by 40%. The best thing about this, upon activation, you gain Major Prophecy, increasing your spell critical rating by 1460. Now that is why basically I use these two, to get that critical rating up. So the way that I work it, if we pop in quickly, I'll just show you my racials. As an Orc, you gain obviously the heavy armor experience. That's you know, not too bad. Brawny, increase max health and max stamina by 6%. That is awesome, man. 6% increase. It's not as good as some, but that is awesome. It means I don't have to spend extra points in that area. Increase max health while in combat by 30%. Now, this is crazy good. Because I'm in combat with a bow, I'm at a distance, I'm still getting that recovery. I did test it out today, that I don't actually have to be up close and personal in combat, so to speak. I can just shoot an arrow, be in combat with somebody, and I'm still, my health will increase by 30%. And that's massive. I'm at 500, it pops up to 800. It's crazy. The best thing about it is Swift. Reduce sprint cost by 8% and increase sprint speed by 6%. Now, I still have one more point to go into this, guys, because I haven't clicked over to 50 yet. I am still level 49. Increase damage on charge attacks by 4%. Now, 4% on a charge attack. So, a charge attack, this is also... toppling charge is also a charge attack. So you're getting 4% increased damage on top of your toppling charge attack. Now, if you throw reflective light on them as well, you're increasing your spell critical rating. You're flying in there with your toppling charge, and you've got an extra 4%, which still is not maximum, because I've still got one more point. So I don't know what that's going to go to. Whether it's going to go to 6, I'd say it would. Probably go to 6%. That is a massive charge, and that's why orcs hit like trains when they come charging in at you and wonder what the hell just hit you. That's what hit you. It was probably an orc, because they get that little bit more bonus. Plus, if they're sticking other things on you as well, so like entropy and things like that, everything's going to stack up and really hurt. For my ultimate, I use Devouring Swarm. This is an unbelievable ultimate, and I think a lot of people, especially in PvP, are absolutely spamming the crap out of this because it gives you health for every target that you hit. Really good to stay alive with, and just it devours people. That's what's hence the name, Devouring Swarm. Really good. So yes, I am a vampire as well with this build. I was going to go more stand based, but I've really decided not to go down that path, and that was around about, say, level 15. I decided, no, I'm not going down that path. I'm sticking with magic, and that's what I'm doing. On my back bar, pretty much is just, hey man, I'm gonna die quickly. I need something to heal myself and save myself. This will keep you alive and make you really hard to take down. Regeneration, I take that and I pretty much spam that the whole time, especially even in PvE, PvP, doesn't matter. You can spam this, keep your regeneration going. It's really good for you and for others as well. Harness Magicka, one of the best spell absorptions that I've used since the game basically came out. I've always used this on almost every single build. Absolutely love this. All the way back to when we used to do old trials days, this was the #1 thing that I used to use. Absolutely a must, guys. Sun Shield. I don't even have this morphed yet because I'm only low and I only just unlocked this, but this is a must as well. This scales off your max health, 30% off your max health. So obviously the higher that your max health is, the better shield you're probably going to have. This is awesome. You're in a battle, man, you can literally go into a keep, whack this on, whack that on, regeneration, and it is very hard to kill you, very hard. This is, entropy is basically there because I'm going to be morphing that into this. I might as well do it now to get that extra max health while slotted. So there's that there, that goes in there. And plus it's obviously gives you the major sorcerer as well, increasing your spell damage by 20%. So if you pop that on somebody first, then you hit them with reflective light, and then you're going to be charging in, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot, guys. It's going to hurt a lot. Breath of Life, still, I think that this is probably the best instant heal in the game. This thing is unbelievable. Heals up to 3 of you guys, and can sometimes, if this thing crits off, man, it can almost heal you to full health, almost. But I tell you, this is a must. This is a must. You're always, as a Templar, you have this. Nobody else has this but a Templar, so make sure you put this on your bar. This is a must. Now, there are a few alterations. Oh, sorry, I should talk about the ultimate first, guys. Empowering Sweep, I use this. This is really good in PvE. In PvP, I probably wouldn't use this. I'd probably use something like, once I unlock it, what am I doing? Guild, Fighters Guild. Probably Dawnbreaker or Shooting Star. I haven't got those unlocked yet because I am still just a Lowbie and I haven't been ranking them up. But this is just as good, especially in PvE, guys. You're dealing 3,134 magical damage to nearby enemies. An additional 1508 magical damage every 2 seconds for 6 seconds, and you'll see it pulsate. Every 2 seconds it pulsates out and shoots out another 1508 magic damage, and it also reduces the damage dealt to you by 15% for 8 seconds, and an additional 4% for each enemy hit. So if you're in an area where there's 10 10 enemies there, you're going to get, man, almost 50% reduction to the damage that's coming into you. That is amazing. For, what's that, for 6 seconds? It's crazy. Now, the variations that I want to talk about, because I don't want this video to go forever, but I do want to talk about the variations you can do. You can unlock Restoring Aura. This is really good, just having it on your bar. Maybe take off the Magic's Guild there and stick on Restoring Aura. This will give you health and stamina, magic regeneration by 10%. I think just by having it slotted, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Just by having it slotted. Also, it's going to give you a lot of resources on dead corpses. So that is probably the only other thing that I would put in here instead of that. I'd put that in there because I really need these other things to stay alive. Now, getting on to the next part, which is attribute points. Rightio, attribute points. Here we go. I have 41, 2, and 5. Now, I was going to take the 2 health out, but I was finding that my health was a little bit low. I know 2's not much to be putting in there, but I will probably get this up to 5. So I'm probably going to go 5, 5, the rest Magicka. I will probably play around with this towards the end game. So once I hit, say, Veteran 14, and I've got all my points there, I probably will play around with this, guys, because I will have different gear, different jewelry, all sorts of different enchantments. Everything's going to be different. So for now, this works fine for me because I'm not using my bow too much. I know my stam is really low, but I don't use my bow that much. I basically use it as a warning or as just a knockoff, like to knock a few enemies off. If I'm doing AoE damage, I'm usually using something else. I'm not usually using the bow only to just sort of finish off enemies. In a PvP instance, I use it just to tag an enemy, just to keep some damage over time on them, especially werewolves and things with poison damage. That's what I use it for. So that's why my stamina is so low. Magic is my main focus, and I want to get that as high as possible to do as much damage as possible. Okay, now moving on to my boon, which is increased max Magicka. I do have a few bonuses in there actually. And as for food, to buff it up, I do like to use, because I am a Lowbie, so I'd like to use something with health, because remember that the more health I have, the better my shield's going to be, and the higher my Magicka, which means more damage I'm going to put out. So stam really isn't my focus with this build at all. If you do find that that's not working, I did buy some other food, which you can see I've still got a lot there, because I don't really use it. So yeah, that's a max Magicka, max stamina, but I like to use the max health, max Magicka. One thing I would like to note, that if you guys look at my shield, if we pop my shield on, 3,945, 30% shield. Once that runs out, pop the health. Wait till that gets up. Pop the shield. 5,216. Now you see the difference. That's just from basically putting some food on. My shield has gone up like 2,000 worth of damage. I'm going to have to take over 5,000 damage to break that shield. That is wicked. Okay, now we've talked about food. Let's get onto my gear. Now, like I said at the very start, guys, this is fully craftable. All my builds from here on out are going to be fully craftable unless I do a really high-end Veteran 14 setup. Everything is going to be just craftable. You'll be able to craft this or get a crafter to do it for you. And things that you'll be able to buy from stores. This is stuff that you're not going to have to grind dungeons, or you're not going to have to level Magic's Guild to level 10. You're not going to really have to level Fighter's Guild to level 10. Nothing like that. This is all for you Lowbies that you guys can really get access to a good build pretty quick. So I run Mara. I know that this is a high trait. This is like an 8 trait set. You do not have to use this. This is what I use. I did make this myself on my other character. If you really want this, you can get someone to craft it for you and just pay them, or get something that's very similar with a bit of spell damage and max Magicka. That's all you need to look for, guys, at this point of time. I've gone with divines on everything. So if I need to change something dramatically, like my critical rating, all I need to do is just change my Munderstone, and I'll get a huge difference. So my Munderstone is increased Magicka, so everything is Mundus, so that's going to affect my max Magicka. So I'm running what I'm running is the Breton helmet, which is light. Okay, so I'm going to run through what they are. I'm running shoulders, which are Imperial, and they are heavy. I'm running heavy Ancient Elf hands. I'm running heavy Imperial legs. I always run Imperial legs. I find that they're the best looking. And I always run Imperial shoulders. I find that they're the best looking. And also Breton helmet, or you could use something else, or hood I should say. You can use one that's very similar. Now, light Daedric chest piece. This is not the actual skirt one. This is the chest piece. This looks really, really nice. I try to make my characters look good as well as play well. Heavy belt and light Imperial feet. Now, they should be red guard, guys. Don't make Imperial feet. Make red guard. They're more chunky. They look better. Now, with this, I am only running 3 light. Okay, now I've run 3 light the whole way from level 0 to 49 and 4 heavy. Purely because of the orc skill to get it to level 50, which it already is. I've already got it to level 50. So that's worked great. But now I'm going to hit Veteran 1. I'm going to make brand new gear in the exact same styles, guys. In this set, the Mara and Magnus. So the M&M, Mara and Magnus. That's exactly what I'm going to be using. And with those, I both get 73 magic recovery, 551 max magicka, and 104 spell damage. Then with the other one, I get 551, 73, and 104. Pretty much exact. I think they are exactly the same. They are exactly the same. They're exactly the same. So I'm doubling up. That is the exact reason why I've done it this way. All my rings and necklaces, I'm running reduced cost. So reduce cost, reduce cost, reduce cost. Because you want to reduce as much as you can. The first 2 are reduce magicka spells. They're only blues. They're not purples. You can buy these guys. They're only like $150 from a guild trader. They're hardly nothing. So get these. And then my necklace is reduced stam. So that just reduces the cost of the bow use. My 2 weapons are Magnus. So I'm Magnus. And then, yeah, the rest up here. If we go back into my passives quickly. So if we go into, say, armor, light. All these guys you should have, okay? You want to get every passive in the light, and you want to get every passive in the heavy. Now, bracing, I haven't gone as much because I'm not blocking hardly at all at the moment. But once I get up into higher levels and doing more PvP, I'll put points in here as well. Now, obviously, this stacks off how many you are wearing. I'm wearing 4, hence why I'm getting more. Now, once I take one off, which I will be, this will all go down by, what, 10% or whatever it's going to go down by. It's going to go down by a little bit. But I'll be putting more into here because I'm going to be more magicka based. Okay, quickly moving over to the vampire side of things. In here, guys, you pretty much want to get everything. I love getting everything in the vampire line. I think it's fantastic. Except for the feeding one, because I really don't use this. I don't need it at all. But there are a couple of really, really good, especially this one, reduced damage dealt to you when you fall below 50%. That is really good. There are a couple of really good ones here. Now let's go into champion points. Sorry guys if I'm taking too long, but I need to explain it all to you. Alright, let's start off over here. Okay, now this is going to get changed. I will say that now. I'm going to change this around. Increase your spell critical. I am going a little bit more here. I know I love critical. That's just how I play. I usually, in my Dragon Knights, I put everything in here, but I've found that putting more of my critical on my Templar seems to work a lot more. I've put 25 in Bow Expert. Was trying to get a few passives there. I have got increase your physical damage by 3.9 and increase your physical attacks. That's obviously just your bow, guys. So when you use a bow ability, it's given a bit more oomph because I haven't got a lot of stam. So my bow attacks aren't doing a lot of damage. So I need to put something where I'm lacking, and that's more in my physical, which is right there. Now, spell shield. Increase your spell resistance. I find that is a must. I find having a spell shield these days, putting points in there is a must. I like to spread my points out through here, guys. I got 5, 5, and 20. Because you do always fight against a lot of, magic, poison, and frost and flame, and damage over time. This is protecting you against all those different elements in the world, basically. And then I've got 6 over here. Chris effectiveness of damage absorbed effects. I'm pretty sure that will be stacking on my shield. So I've put that in there. I'm not too sure if it is, but I'm pretty sure it is. Moving on, we have got reduced magicka costs. Everything now is going in there, guys. But before that, yep, everything goes in. Increase your magic recovery by 15.4%. If I did not have those points in there, I would be stuffed. Increase your health regeneration by 2. I've only put a couple in there just to boost it up. It was low. And I've got a couple down here, which is reduce the amount of time of your snare effects by 3%. So you do get snared a lot in this game. So I do recommend at least putting 10 points in there if you can. I'll be spreading them out between Magician and the snare there, the elusive. There's your champion points. Alright, now that we've done champion points, let's get out there and kill a few things, and I'll show you how to use it. Okay, so we're in Cold Harbor, and I know a few guys will want to see how I sort of use these abilities. So first of all, if it is a single target, I'd like to put Entropy on first, then Reflective Light, and then into Toppling Charge. That's how we're going to take him down with the most amount of spell damage. Usually, if it's really hard, I'd put a shield on first. Just a basic shield. Okay, let's do that. You see how much damage he took just from that? That was crazy. Now, if I don't put that on him and just charge straight in, see the damage difference. The massive difference. Now, I'll take you over to the zombie grind area and show you how you do AoE. Okay, now we're at the AoE area. I'll just show you basically how to use AoE damage to get a big group of mobs, if you're grinding, down as fast as possible. Same thing, reflective light. And then you can use your bow AoE, like that. Hit multiple targets. If you run out of steam, just switch back over. Okay guys, well that is the ODIN Templar Archer build / Restoration Staff. If you did enjoy the video guys, please leave a like, comment if there's anything in there that you think that you don't like. But I'm having an absolute ball with this build. Like I said, it is fully craftable, so anybody can do it, even at your low levels. I am only level 49, and I have run this same build since about level 15 onwards, guys. I know a lot of you people have watched me stream this build from the very beginning. I'm going to be streaming this build all the way to Veteran 14, showing you how I'm going to be changing him around. He's pretty much going to stay exactly the same up until I get to at least Veteran 12, and then I can really play around with him a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for my next one, which should be the Nightblade. And until then, guys, peace out.